Hi, everyone. We're on Patreon. Find the link in the show notes. Show off your love for being curious with the official Info on the Go merch.
Whether you're sipping your coffee from our sleek mug, staying warm in one of our cozy hoodies, or rocking that fun fact inspired t shirt, or just carrying one of your essentials in our reusable tote bag, you'll be repping curiosity and style everywhere you go.
Each item is designed with our curious, on the go community in mind, and every purchase helps support the show. Wear it, sip it, carry it. Info on the Go is more than a podcast, it's a way of life.
Patreon, find the link in the show notes. Hi, I'm William,
And I'm Kat.
and this is a dash of info.
Little things you want to know.
As promised in our 2024 Asteroid YR4 episode,
D.A.R.T on a dash of info. NASA and the European Space Agency, ESA, had separate plans to test how to deflect asteroids, but in 2015, they decided to work together on a project called AIDA, or ADA.
yeah, this involved two spacecraft, AIM, which was supposed to study an asteroid, and DART, which would crash into the asteroid's moon.
AIM was canceled and later replaced by another mission called Hera, which will start observing the asteroid 4 years after DART's impact. Since AIM was canceled, telescopes on Earth had to observe the DART impact instead.
In June 2017, NASA moved forward with designing the mission, and by August 2018, they started the final design and assembly. NASA announced in April of 2019 that SpaceX Falcon 9 would launch DART. You know, I don't remember that.
Me either.
I,
I
I
didn't.
remember SpaceX coming on board in 2019. I remember it was a big deal, but I don't remember the mention of DART anywhere.
I was in Babyland in 2019, and then at the end of it, COVID hit. So I
Yeah,
no,
we were also connected in the news back then. I just don't remember DART coming out.
no, I don't. I don't remember. I don't remember it either. Yeah, like I said, I was in Babyland, and then it was an interesting time. It was in
Yeah,
2019 into 2020 was an interesting time.
all the way around for sure.
Right. A similar mission was done before NASA's Deep Impact spacecraft to study a comet, which created a large crater on impact.
This mission shows that we can work together internationally to figure out how to protect Earth from potential asteroid impacts in the future.
The Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, was a mission by NASA to test a way to protect Earth from dangerous asteroids.
They aimed to see how much an asteroid could be moved by crashing a spacecraft into it. The chosen target was Dimorphos, a small moon orbiting the larger asteroid Didymos. Neither asteroid is a threat to Earth, but they were perfect for the test.
DART launched on November 24th, 2021, and crashed into Dimorphos on September 26th, 2022. The impact was successful and changed Dimorphos's orbit around Didymos by 32 minutes, far exceeding the mission's goal.
Wow, so they didn't have to blow it up because if they blow it up, it creates more projectiles basically that could come crashing down to Earth. So that's
Good
not,
option.
yeah, that's not really a good option. So, and I don't think it would take much to move the asteroid either. I don't know.
I am no scientist, so I'm not even going to get in there. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to name that either. So, how many feet per second and all that good stuff.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
This project was a collaboration between NASA and the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory with support from several other international partners.
The Italian Space Agency provided a small satellite to capture images of the impact, while other agencies like the European Space Agency and Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency are involved in related projects.
DART showed that we could potentially redirect dangerous asteroids in the future by crashing spacecraft into them. I guess you could shoot a spacecraft. Well, it really wouldn't have to come back or anything. Just hit it,
Right, I guess you just have to aim real good.
nudge it.
Right. The DART spacecraft was a big space object that weighed 610 kilograms, or 1,340 pounds. It was designed to crash into an asteroid to test if we can change its path, and it cost 330 million.
So what you're saying is it was $330 million crash dummy?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I probably would have took that job. DART had a camera called Draco, which helped it navigate and guide itself to hit the asteroid's moon. The camera could take very clear pictures just before the crash. So, so it's $330 million crash dummy with a camera that's gonna show you it crashing.
Sounds
Yeah,
pretty usual for the human race to be.
I mean, I guess it's better than, I guess it's better to find out than have an asteroid come. I guess money well spent, right?
I mean, that's debatable. I mean, it's a good test run. There's that. So, when we actually do have a problem asteroid, that maybe we could divert its trajectory.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know.
So, DART's solar panels rolled out like a mat and were very efficient, providing 3 times more power than usual.
DART had a new type of antenna for communication, which was very effective and compact.
DART also had an ion thruster, a type of engine powered by solar energy. Although they decided not to use the ion thruster during the mission, it was still available as a backup.
In summary, DART was a high-tech spacecraft with advanced cameras, solar panels, and communication systems designed to test if we can change an asteroid's path by crashing into it.
The communication systems are just who's radioing it, or is that just like the controller receiver type thing for the communication systems?
I think the communication systems was to see how far they could communicate back and forth with the spacecraft.
Ah,
I think a lot of the things that they used on DART, they put there, like some of the advanced stuff that we're talking about, because
mhm.
of the plan to go to Mars later on with SpaceX.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. The Italian Space Agency added a small spacecraft called Lycia Cube to the DART mission. Lycia Cube separated from DART 15 days before the impact and took pictures of the crash and debris. It sent these images back to Earth. Lycia Cube had 2 cameras named Luke and Leia.
Oh, like
How
Star Wars.
how adorable. How
I,
adorable is that? The
when we went through this and I'm sitting there looking at it, it was just now that it hit me, Star Wars.
uh-huh. The
Yeah,
most famous twins.
absolutely. DART hit Dimorphos, which slowed down its orbit around Didymos. This caused Dimorphos to move closer to Didymos. Didymos's path also changed slightly. The debris from the impact made the momentum transfer unpredictably. The goal was to measure the effect for future asteroid deflection plans. So I think it did a little something more than what they wanted it to do.
Right. Right. The DART impact created a crater on Dimorphos and possibly reshaped its surface. Some debris might have hit Didymos too. This could have affected their mutual gravity and orbital periods.
Various telescopes, including the Lycia Cube, the Hubble Space Telescope, and the James Webb Space Telescope, observed the impact and debris. The visible impact trial was over 10,000 kilometers or 6,200 miles long. Observers watched the Dimorphos and Didymos system dim and brighten as the bodies crossed each other.
Goodness.
Yeah.
The impact was planned when Didymos was closest to Earth, allowing many telescopes to observe. The orbit change was detected by watching mutual eclipses and using radar. The impact was highly effective in deflecting Dimorphos.
In summary, DART was a successful mission that demonstrated our ability to change an asteroid's path by crashing into it, and it provided valuable data for future planetary defense strategies.
To answer the one question we are sure you have is, Why not just blow it up?
Well, while blowing up an asteroid that is headed toward Earth is generally considered a terrible idea, the explosion would likely create numerous smaller fragments, turning a cannonball into a shotgun blast of debris.
Hmm. These
Yeah.
fragments could increase the impact area and cause even more damage than a single large asteroid, making the situation much more dangerous. And that's if it hit land.
Yeah. But if you blew it
Um,
up and made it smaller, you could take out subdivisions and
well, you can take out entire cities if it, depending on how big the shrapnel is.
true. But I
Um,
mean, if you're just thinking about trying to just blow it up to make it be less impactful, like it would still be
like a
impactful.
like a bird shot.
Yeah.
But that's also, like I said, if it landed on land. If it landed in water, we might have to deal with some other
Tsunamis and
issues.
stuff like that.
Yeah, depending on how big each chunk is and how wide of like area it is, I think tsunamis are definitely a good possibility.
Yeah.
Um, that's just my brain thinking about it anyway.
Same.
Instead, the preferred method is to slightly deflect the asteroid to alter its trajectory and have it miss the planet entirely.
There are several reasons why blowing up an asteroid is not the best solution.
First, it's difficult to predict how an asteroid would break apart after being hit with an explosive. The resulting pieces could still strike Earth at various locations.
Second, even if the fragments are smaller, the combined impact area could be much larger, causing widespread destruction across a wider region.
And third, effectively deflecting an asteroid by blowing it up requires precise control of the explosion to push the fragments away from Earth, which is very challenging.
Fourth, depending on the asteroid's composition, the explosion could create a large amount of debris that could re enter the atmosphere and cause further damage.
The current preferred method for deflecting an asteroid is to use a kinetic impactor. This is a spacecraft designed to collide with the asteroid at high speed, imparting a small but significant change in its trajectory.
This slight nudge is enough to make the asteroid miss Earth entirely without risks associated with blowing it up.
So, to recap, deflecting an asteroid is a much safer, more effective strategy than blowing it up.
And everybody wants to blow stuff up, you know?
Right.
It avoids the unpredictable fragmentation, increased impact area, and potential for more damage that could come with an explosion with an explosive approach.
The kinetic impactor method offers a controlled way to alter the asteroid's path, ensuring Earth safety.
The future of NASA's Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, mission includes ongoing research into asteroid deflection techniques and further planetary defense missions.
D.A.R.T's success has significantly improved theoretical models for deflecting asteroids. By analyzing the data collected from the mission, scientists can better understand how to change the path of an asteroid effectively.
While DART used a kinetic impactor, more research is necessary to determine if this method is effective against more solid or differently composed asteroids. This includes exploring alternative methods such as ion beam deflection to address various types of asteroids.
To prepare for any potential threats, scientists are working on a range of deflection techniques. By having multiple methods available, we can tailor our response to the specific characteristics of different asteroids.
The European Space Agency's Hera mission is scheduled to rendezvous with DART system in the late 2026. Hera will study the impact crater and gather detailed data to further redefine our deflection models and strategies.
This mission would target an object with a high probability of hitting Earth. It aims to quickly gather information about the asteroid and determine the best approach for deflection.
Building on DART's success, this mission would target a smaller object at a higher closing speed. The goal is to test the effectiveness of kinetic impactors against different asteroid types and sizes.
Future missions will also explore slow push and pull techniques, which involve gradually altering an asteroid's trajectory over time. These methods could be used against future hazardous objects, providing a more controlled and predictable deflection.
DART's success has shown that humanity can deflect asteroids, moving planetary defense from the realm of science fiction to reality. By continuing to research and develop various deflection techniques, we are better prepared to protect Earth from potential asteroid impacts in the future.
In summary, the future of the DART mission includes refining current models, testing new deflection techniques, and preparing for various asteroid threats with a range of response options. With continued collaboration and innovation, we can ensure the safety of our planet from asteroid impacts.
So, what did you think about this one?
Very interesting.
I thought it was too. And, to think that, NASA and I guess
The ESA and the
yeah,
the other space agencies around the world.
are looking at, you said push and pull techniques. I didn't think about the different compositions of asteroids when, you just say, well, go blow it up or go hit it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right, because I mean, there's no telling what it's really made out of because they could just be ice and they'd burn up in the Earth's atmosphere, or they could be rocky materials or anything like that. I mean, it's just
iron
kind of hard.
ore. Yeah.
Right, it's hard to know what a asteroid or meteor is going to be composed of.
Yeah. And even though I didn't know a whole lot about DART until what it was, I guess it was our asteroid 2024.
Hmm.
I found this to be extremely interesting, and I wish I'm gonna have to go back to NASA's website and see if I can see images from the James Webb Telescope and kind of see what this looked like
Right, agreed.
because I'm very curious now.
Hmm. I mean, but if you look up the James Webb Telescope, some of the pictures that it has gotten since its erection is insane.
Oh yeah, I love them. I so much clearer, and
Hmm.
we're still gonna do one on the Hubble. We're gonna still do one on the James Webb. Um, but yeah, those are some very intriguing images that it's coming back with.
Right. And to compare with the Hubble telescope and stuff like that, I mean, it's just insane. And some of them are so pretty. Well, in any case, that's all I have.
That's all I've got.
If you would like to support this podcast,
Click the support link in the show notes.
William and I want to thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you.
Join the Facebook group at Info on the Go
Share with us your show ideas.
or ask us a question.
Subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcast.
Send us a text using the link in the show notes or leave a review.
Email us at,
Info on the Go podcast at gmail.com.
yes, that is all one word. Till next time.
Stay curious.